What up, YouTube? It's your boy G YouTube back at it again with another video for you. So you already know what it is when you clicked on the video. This is the biggest winners and losers of the NBA season so far, losers edition. If you want to go check out the winners, the link will be in the description below, or we'll probably have a banner right here. Boom, right there. So go check it out. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So the first team on my list, and arguably the biggest losers on this team, is the infamous team that has gone on an 18-game losing streak since one of their key players in Christian Wood has gone out, the Houston Rockets. Man, when they traded Harden, and they were forced to trade Harden, I thought they would have gotten more. I thought they lost that trade completely. Why they couldn't get Jared Allen or freaking, what's his name, Karis LeVert, one of the two, if not both, for trading James Harden? Like, man, I don't know what this team is doing, man. Like, they lost 18 in a row. Boogie Cousins not on the team anymore after signing him. That was a low risk move, but nonetheless a failed move at that. You know, they traded John Wall, traded Westbrook for John Wall straight up, pretty much. That hasn't really done anything for them. There's been no improvement. I don't know where they're trying to go. Victor Oladipo is on a 1-year contract, and he's gonna be looking to try to get, you know, some type of max contract or close to it, when you could have gotten LeVert or Allen, young players, rather than all these pick swaps and first round picks from the Nets, of which maybe the last one will be valuable if the Nets are still bad 7 years from now. But none of these picks, because I think there's like every other year starting this year, none of those picks are valuable. What are you gonna do? Is you're gonna swap your like lottery pick with the Nets? Pretty much, it makes no sense to me, because the Nets are gonna be good for the next 4 to 5 years. Harden, Kyrie, Durant, all on long-term contracts, and this team is just stuck in no man's land at this point. They're in a full rebuild. Christian Wood has been their only bright side, and again, without him, they've lost 18 games straight. He's only played 17 games this season. I'm glad to see him thriving in Houston, but I hope he stays healthy, man. I really do, because he's really the only hope for this team at this moment in time. Next up, we got the T-Wolves, man, the Timberwolves. This team should be just better in general with D'Lo and Cat on that team. D'Lo, you know, after that trade, you thought maybe they would have taken some steps forward, even with having great young pieces in Edwards and Malik Beasley. You just would have thought that they would have been a little bit better, especially with having the likes of Cat on your team, but I don't know. I feel like Cat has also been underwhelming in his development. Obviously, this front office has really done nothing to put stuff around him, but as well. But I don't feel like, even when Tom Thibodeau was there, Thibs gets the most out of all his players. Say what you want about him, he gets the most out of every single player that he has on his roster, and I just don't feel like he was as good with Thibodeau as I thought he should have been. And you just don't like to see two stars struggling, man. D'Lo and Cat, I feel like they're capable of more. Obviously, D'Lo's been dealing with injuries so far this season, but man, it's just been hard to watch. This team has been inept for a very long time, and I'm just tired of the T-Wolves existing as a team, man. This team is trash. Get them out of here, bro. I don't want to see them. Next up, we got the Celtics, the Boston Celtics, man. I already talked about the Kemba Walker, Terry Rozier trade. If you want to go check it out, again, the link to the description is link to the video is in the description for the winners, where I talked about the trade a little bit more in depth when I talked about the Hornets. But I'll just brief over it real quick. Kemba Walker has been injured and has had the same production as Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier is a much cheaper contract, whereas Kemba Walker's on a max contract. Well deserved, but for the money that they're getting right now, you should have just kept Terry Rozier and left Kemba in Charlotte to get his max, man. Even though they didn't really offer it to him, but that's just my take on it. This team has just regressed. They need a big man very badly. Semi Ojeleye, Daniel Tice, Tristan Thompson, they need somebody like Andre Drummond on their team. I don't know how interested Andre Drummond is in the Boston Celtics, but he can make that team much better. Let me tell you that. If they had a significant big man, and then Tristan Thompson and Daniel Tice as backup big men, rather than them biting into starting minutes, I think that would be much better for the Celtics. And I think that's the piece that they need, besides, maybe better point guard play with the regression of Kemba Walker from his former All-Star play. Overall, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, that's about as much as you could expect from two young players like that, but they need help. They just have an overall lack of depth as well, and this team has just gotten significantly worse after the failed Hayward signing and all that. It's just, this team is a little bit in a spiral. They're on a downtrend, and they need somebody like an Andre Drummond to help them, go back in the right direction. So next up, we got the Pelicans. Some people might say the Pelicans probably don't deserve to be on this list, but I feel like this team should be at least a little bit better than what they are. Zion and Ingram have definitely taken steps in the right direction, but the team overall has not. This team, from its conception, has never been very good. They had Chris Paul when they used to be the New Orleans Hornets, but other than that, they've never been good. This team, the front office has never made any significant moves. This is why Anthony Davis got up out of there. They couldn't. I mean, they tried something with Boogie Cousins. They had Drew Holiday there, but Boogie Cousins didn't pan out. And when that didn't happen, they just blew it up pretty much. And they didn't find anything else for AD. And I just don't think they're capable of doing so. They don't have the resources. They don't have the people. Lonzo doesn't look like he's part of their future anymore. And that's a little bit concerning. I feel like Lonzo is a great piece. If they don't trade him at the deadline, they're going to lose him for nothing, pretty much, unless they want to sign him as a restricted free agent when he's a free agent this season, at the end of the season. But I think they should just trade him, because if they're not looking to keep him right now from signing him to an extension, you better get something for him, because he'll be useful to a lot of teams, like a Knicks, like a Los Angeles Clippers, something like that. Teams that could really use him, and they could get at least something in return, rather than letting him walk. But who knows? This front office, not the smartest throughout their history. So we'll see. I hope this doesn't turn into another AD situation with Zion. I don't know what this team is looking to do going forward, so I just hope they can put a solid team around them soon while they're still developing and on the come up. Next up, we got the Wizards. So the Wizards, they made a trade that really didn't do anything for them. John Wall and Russell Westbrook are kind of the same player. Russell Westbrook, I would say, is an upgrade, a little bit of an upgrade over John Wall, but really how much of an upgrade is it when you have no depth? It's basically just Brody and Beal just running around out there, trying to keep this team afloat. They had a tough loss today, and you could just see their teammates. Take Brody and Beal off that team and put them with regular NBA starters. This team has 2 wins, I guarantee you. This team looks really bad. I feel bad for Beal and Westbrook. It's really not their fault. Everybody gives Westbrook a lot of hate. I don't like that, because it really isn't Westbrook's fault. Like, of course, he comes with, the bad and the good with Westbrook. We all know he turns the ball over. He has some sketchy shot IQ sometimes, but at the end of the day, this man makes your team better. They would not have 12 wins right now if it weren't for him. So I don't want to hear none of that slander. None of that slander will be tolerated on this channel. Beal's an all-star. You can't ask for much more from Beal. He's averaging like 34, 35 this season. I don't know what his averages are off the top of my head, but I'll probably put him right here or something. This team, I don't know. They're also in a really bad spot with 2 stars. Westbrook is in trade rumors once again. I don't know what they're looking to do, because right now they're in a really bad spot to have two generational talents like this right now, with Beal just lighting it up, Westbrook, a former MVP. I don't know what they're supposed to do, man. This team is bad. They got to do something. Last but not least are the Kings. The Sacramento Kings, it's just another season where they can't piece together young talent. And you see the season that De'Aaron Fox is having. De'Aaron Fox, very underrated player in my opinion. He is He's a stud. That man is something special, and he is having a breakout season this season. He's just lighting it up, and they look like that could be a piece for the future for them. But again, same thing with the Pelicans. This is a team that has never been good with developing its young talent, putting talent around them, you know, a la a Boogie Cousins and an up-and-coming Isaiah Thomas when he was on there. They can't piece it together. De'Aaron Fox is going to probably fall into another Boogie Cousins trap. This front office, again, is inept and has historically been so. So I can't stand it. Maybe the Clippers will trade for him. Maybe somebody will trade for him. Because this man cannot stay on the Kings. I don't want to see him on the Kings. I don't want to see him anywhere near Sacramento. He deserves better. I would love to see him in a Knick uniform, to be honest. That man is a stud. So we'll see what happens with him. Hopefully he'll keep trending in the right direction, become an all-star, even though it's a packed West out there. So it'll be tough for him to be an all-star with all the talent they have out there out West. But either way, man, this team, they've never been able to have a really good team for many, many years now. It's just sad to see. Again, I hate these franchises. I feel like there's always those franchises in these leagues, you know. It really just hits a certain bone in my body seeing talent being wasted. It annoys the crap out of me, y'all. It really does. You hate to see it. You hate to see it, really. But that's really all I have to say for y'all today, really. A lot of these teams, just very disappointed in them, man. If you like the video, please leave a like, leave a sub. I'm going to be dropping a whole bunch of new videos this week, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Looking to upload a little more consistently and a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Just more in general. So be on the lookout for that. Click the bell so you never miss whenever I drop a video. And until my next video, I'm out.